6 bomb pictures which we've just finished. There's 1 triptych and 5 other pictures. And we're very proud that we were able to deal with this very difficult subject in a way that they are commemorative, the pictures. They deal, of course, with the media and its approach to us, but also with the human tragedies involved.
This one is taken, this image is taken in the cemetery, or Spitalfields.
We always say that we're here to de-shock rather than to shock. That's our theory, that we can deal with the difficult subject in a humanistic way that doesn't send people running out of the museum or running out of the gallery. Some artists are interested in that. They like it if the police are called in and things. We always want to get away with it.
But art has to be extreme, if not it's invisible. Like all the old art has to be totally extreme in some way, if not it's invisible, you don't see it. And that's what you want them to see it. That's why you make them more powerful than it should be. You exaggerated life, to make it more visible. I think the artists always have done that.
And we think it's quite right that we as artists can deal with the subject of the London bombings, or bombings in general, because the newspapers and television and radio programs, they deal with it. The church leaders, the politicians all deal with it. We think we can deal with it in a more humanistic, more timeless way. We never use the subject that doesn't have what we call the moral dimension. We would never use something in a picture because we like it or we dislike it. It's only when it has the depth of the moral dimension. The best example of that is we took for years images of chewing gum on the street. We didn't know why, yes, and we never used them, and another 2 years later we took some more images of chewing gums on the street. I think it went on for 4 or 5 years, and then one day we were taking images of chewing gum on the street, and we suddenly got it. Each chewing gum comes from an individual person who's alive, maybe they're dead. The chewing gum stays there for a long time. They have their loves and their fears and their hopes, the same as if, and those chewing gums remain from that. And that is the moral dimension.
Even every time we, like when we started to take this kind of images from the, Evening Standard poster, been doing them for maybe 4 or 5 years, because at the beginning we don't understand what they mean to us. So we have to take them again and again and again and again and again. And then they become yes, we understand that subject. And it is morality. It is how we change the world, how we want to live different in different ways. That's all what we are alone here. We are trying to find a way to live with each other, I hope.
It is, as Gilbert says, it's not finding or collecting the subject matter that tells us. It's the actual taking the images of it.
Until they mean something.
When we peer into the lens after taking 500, 600, 700 different Jesuses, slowly we begin to explore ourselves through looking at that subject matter. And then they take on the meanings that are inherent, that are there. And then hopefully we're able to send that message through the picture, yes, to convey some of our thoughts and feelings in relation to the viewer's thoughts and feelings.
And every picture changes with time. The meaning changes. Like
the picture stays the same, but the world changes around it.
Yes, like we did the naked shit pictures, they were so outraged, or the dirty words, they were so outrageous. People were so outraged by them. Now, it becomes part of life, no?
The Dirty Words pictures are the best example of that. We remember very well. We showed some of them in Amsterdam and some in Düsseldorf. And many of our best supporters and friends thought we'd gone completely nuts and silly. Why should we do that? But those same people today, when they say, oh, I love the Dirty Words pictures at the Serpentine, we say, but don't you remember that? And they say, no, I've always loved them. I always loved them from the first day. And that's because the pictures stay the same, but the people change.
That's it.
And that's very exciting, we think.